Welcome to the demo for risk score-based conditional access. In this demo, we are going to show you first where is the risk score from Workspace ONE UEM coming from, what is it based on, how does it look like? And then in addition, in Workspace ONE Access, how can you apply access policy, which is considering the risk score coming from Workspace ONE Intelligence. So the first point here then to check out is actually what is the risk score and where it is coming from. Let's go to the experience score, because here is the place where we can very easy see the risk score for an individual device. I'm just going to pick a random device here, and it's showing me here security risk score is low, which is good. Means within the last 24 hours, nothing was detected on the device which is suspicious, which is a problem. Now, if we just want to have a general overview about the device fleet and the risk score, there are two options here within the console under Workspace Security. You can take a look at the dashboards, the pre-built dashboards for security risk and user risk. However, there's also the option to create your own dashboard and have just very simple widgets in it. And I've done two dashboards, one dashboard with two widgets here. The first one is just a risk score overview where I have all my devices with just showing my low, medium, or high risk score. And the second one a bit down here is just showing me what is the risk score indicator? Why is is a certain condition impacting the risk score of the device? If you just want to get a level deeper. So of course you can drill down here, just open up that that widget and go into that report, and here you can then just get your list of devices, add columns, and do what you basically want with it. Of course, you can apply more filters, change modify to just show the devices with the high risk score and so on. So all these things are quite easily be doable in Intelligence here. Now, what we want to do is just have a look at the conditional access policy. For this, we're going to Workspace ONE Access. And the first thing to do is within integrations, I have to enable my risk score option for the authentication. Now, going here, you can see two risk score types. The first is the login risk score, and the second is the user risk score. But they both have to be treated differently. The login risk score is based on information correlated within Workspace ONE Access. So it is just showing how often is a user logging on, is there a login-based risk associated with that login attempt, logging in from various locations and so on. So this is really around data correlated within Workspace ONE Access, while the user risk score is what we've just seen in Workspace ONE Intelligence, considering the risk score of an individual device which is trying to log on to Workspace ONE Access or to a service which is behind Workspace ONE Access. Now, as you can see, the user risk score option has been enabled already. Typically, what you, of course, want to do is not only enable it, you just also need to set the action in case a device is coming in with a low risk score, with a medium risk score, or with a high risk score. Well, obviously, if a device is having a low risk score, you would typically allow access. With medium, you could ask for step-up authentication for as an action. Means you, for example, would require an additional factor if such a device is coming in. And if the risk score is high, then you can deny access. And these are the three options you have: allow, step up, and deny access, just actually how you want it. Once you've set that, you need to add this to your access policy. And well, in my example, this is totally simple. So I'm just having the default access policy here, and under configuration, you would then just go and have your rule here. And for me, this is just the web browser based rule. You would have then here perform this action, authenticate using or deny access, but we want to allow authenticate. I'm just having no further integrations. I would just have my local password for that user. And the magic is that you here can add then an additional method, which is considering your login risk score or your user risk score. For us, it would be the user risk score, which is then, if it is low, medium, or high, requiring an additional method, which could be then another factor or providing a certificate, whatever you may want from an authentication perspective. Yeah, that's basically it, how it works for considering your risk score, in our case, the security device-based risk score, as an authentication option within Workspace ONE Access to provide access then to your web services or whatever service may be behind your access policy.